Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the forecast discussion for March 8th, 2014. It's currently 7:55 a.m. And temperatures this morning are reasonable for this time of year, basically in the lower to mid 20s over the interior, upper 20s to lower 30s just north and west of the cities, and mid 30s along the coast. We have a northwesterly wind at about 5 to 15 miles per hour, and skies are starting to clear out as we have high pressure built in. Temperatures this afternoon are going to rebound very nicely into the mid to upper 40s. Again, slightly below normal for this time of year. We should be around 50, 51 degrees, but after the past few days in the lower 30s, I'll take it. So mid to upper 40s for this afternoon with scattered cloud cover. Now, the latest surface map clearly shows our storm, which is really intensifying well to the east of the mid-Atlantic coast, is continuing to exit out, and it's down to 994 millibars. That's impressive. Okay, pretty strong storm. Luckily, this cold front here is forcing this storm to move due east. This cold front will move through late tonight with a few isolated showers, but not a big deal really. And then this high pressure is in control for much of next week up until about Wednesday evening, when we're going to watch out for an area low pressure that could produce some rain and snow for the region. I'm going to explain to you why I'm not all that impressed with this threat, to be frank, and it's why I really didn't buy into all these intense solutions on the European model guidance. Here is the latest radar from Intellicast. You can see the cold front here really doesn't have a lot of moisture to work with here. A few isolated rain and snow showers. Nothing significant really to report here. This cold front will move through tonight with a few rain and snow showers, and that's about it. Otherwise, high and dry over the northern plains, and that's what's moving towards us for Sunday and also Monday and Tuesday. On the latest infrared satellite picture, you can see our intense storm exiting out into the Atlantic, staying well south and east of the region. It could go there. And then here comes our cold front for tonight. And in between them, we're going to have scattered cloud cover for today with generally tranquil weather conditions. Winds will come in from the southwest by this afternoon, thus the warm up and our comfortable weather afternoon. Now, on the water vapor satellite picture, let me show you why I have not been all that impressed with this idea of a major winter storm for Wednesday into Thursday. I've been talking about it because it needs to be talked about, but I think you could tell from my tone, I wasn't really buying into this whole major winter storm, March of 93 redux type of nonsense. And the reason why is because of this. You see, there's a couple of key factors when you're looking for a major winter storm. One of them would be timing. For example, it's mid-March now. I know it's been chilly, but the sun angle is getting higher, and it does play an important role in your boundary layer or surface temperatures. And number two, a very strong Pacific jet stream. Now you can see this jet stream right here. It is just plowing into the west coast, and hopefully some of this moisture gets into California because they greatly need it. So as you can see here, we have this storm that's exiting out into the Atlantic. Not much in the way of high latitude blocking. It's starting to fall apart now. It's starting to lift north. And this is just going to continue on and head towards portions of Iceland and then towards Europe, unfortunately, with another major storm for those locations. Then we have our cold front. And you can see we have a very weak trough here in the west. And then here comes our Pacific jet just pile driving through. So what I think we're going to have here is this subtropical jet stream, Pacific jet stream, is going to plow right through the country, bring with it Pacific air. So it's a moderating air mass. And then you have some influence from the Arctic disturbance, some Arctic air is trying to get into the region. But I think this time of year, I think the Pacific air is going to win out here. It has more of a stronger footing as it's plowing into the country. So let's see how this all evolves in the model guidance. First, we're going to look at the GFS model guidance. And again, for this afternoon, tranquil, comfortable weather conditions. As you can see, we have a cold front approaching by this evening with a few isolated showers, not a big deal. Temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. For tomorrow morning, temperatures will fall into the upper 20s to lower 30s, pretty much average for this time of year. And then as the cold front is exiting, scattered cloud cover can be expected in the afternoon with temperatures in the upper 30s to lower 40s over the interior and lower to mid 40s along the coast. On Monday, high pressure is basically in control. We have a disturbance passing to the north, but not really that big of a deal. Isolated shower is possible. Temperatures are basically back to where they should be. Upper 20s to lower 30s for lows, upper 40s to lower 50s over the interior, and lower to mid 50s along the coast. So it's going to be a very nice day on Monday. Unfortunately, everyone has to go back to work, of course. But still, it's going to be nice to just, walk around the city or whatnot. If you're going to Philadelphia or New York City, it's going to be very comfortable compared to what we've been dealing with. It's going to be outstanding. Now on Tuesday, we have another disturbance that will move through with an isolated shower possible. Otherwise, scattered cloud cover is expected. Warm conditions on Tuesday with temperatures in the upper 30s to lower 40s for lows and mid to upper 50s for highs. If I dare say, that's actually slightly above normal. I'll take it. With temperatures in the mid to upper 50s, do not be surprised if a few locations in southern New Jersey hit 60 degrees. It's going to be very nice on Tuesday. Then it gets interesting because on Wednesday we start to see an interaction between this disturbance and this disturbance. Now the GFS is kind of benign here. It really treats it all more like a wave of low pressure on the cold front with a few rain snow showers on Wednesday evening. Not really that big of a deal. It comes through. Temperatures on the GFS guidance basically suggest mid to upper 30s for lows on Wednesday, mid to upper 40s for highs, and on Thursday, with the colder air in place, slightly colder, temperatures are in the mid to upper 20s for lows and upper 30s to lower 40s for highs. I like the temperature idea. I think this might be a little bit too weak for this time period. Now, the Canadian model guidance for the same time period, I think it's a little bit more reasonable solution here. It doesn't completely crush this disturbance and make it a non-factor, but it also doesn't turn it into a blizzard, okay? Basically, it produces a moderately strong low pressure system that moves off the coast. Now, be careful when you see this at 850 millibars. I know a lot of people are going to key in on this, that, hey, look, this is all snow. It's mid-March. Let me repeat that. It's mid-March at this point. It is March 13th. Why is that important? Well, aside from, by the way, spring ahead, which is a sign that not necessarily the clock is controlling the weather. The reason why we're springing ahead is because we have more sunlight, so we try to adjust for that and maximize the time period of the sunlight. Because of that, it's a sign that we have more sunlight to work with, and the sun angle is getting higher. So, what we're dealing with here by mid-March is 850 millibar temperatures supporting snow, but the surface temperatures are in the upper 30s to lower 40s. So what that means is that you end up with a rain-snow mix along the coast and more of a snow-sleet type situation over the interior. I'm not going to lay out what type of accumulations, if any, with this storm, but I will say this. If you're looking for accumulating snow, head up in elevation, above 500 feet, let's say. Once you get to that point, I think then you have a better potential of seeing accumulating snow. Along the coast, I think you're going to be dealing with a rain-snow mess, a bit of a mix, and not much in the way of accumulation, just kind of a raw Wednesday evening into Thursday morning type of scenario. But I don't foresee this being a major storm. The pattern just doesn't support it, okay? You have a very progressive pattern. You have barely any blocking in the northern Atlantic. You have disturbances coming into the west, one after the other, which means that this disturbance is not going to have a lot of time to intensify. So everything's pointing to more of a benign storm. And now the European model guidance, which was really the only one producing this intense solution, has significantly backed off on the strength of this storm and basically looks a lot like the Canadian model guidance. Although a bit warmer, this solution would suggest rain for the coast, snow over the interior, and then, as the low pressure system's pulling out, possibly ending as a little bit of light snow on Thursday morning as it's exiting out along the coast. But that's about it. So the European model guidance has severely backed off on the idea of this being a major winter storm with a 988 millibar low. That's nowhere on the guidance now for this morning. So kind of tells you where we're going here. The extreme solutions kind of getting kicked out here. More of a moderate solution like what the Canadian model guidance is showing, with some rain and snow Wednesday evening to Thursday along the coast. Not much of accumulation. And then as you head up in elevation and over the interior, like northwestern New Jersey, northeastern Pennsylvania, the Hudson River Valley, northwestern Connecticut, those locations are more likely to see an accumulating snowfall event. How much, I'm not sure yet. We have to see just how much moisture we have to work with here and how dense this cold air is, because this cold air is going to be trying to come in towards the coast as the low pressure system is leaving. So a lot of factors to still work out here, but I kind of want to make the point that the extreme solution is losing its weight and being basically discounted. So once the storm leaves on Friday, it's actually very, very nice. Temperatures pretty much near normal. Looking on Friday with temperatures in the upper 20s to low 30s for lows and upper 40s to low 50s for highs. Skies are clearing and very comfortable weather conditions are in place. And for next weekend, temperatures rebounding to the lower to mid 50s. Could see a few upper 50s here and there just in time for Saturday and Sunday. So we're definitely moving towards a more warmer pattern, a moderate pattern with an active storm track, but one that would suggest less in the way of intense storms and more of the way of passing cold fronts and disturbances, and temperatures returning back to near normal levels. Well, that is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. And as always, stay safe out there.